Dave Chappelle's SNL monologue. Now, Dave has become just one of the best speakers on the planet. And he's so powerful right now that at some point, and I don't know if he has already or not, Trump's going to acknowledge that, and Dave Chappelle will come out of Donald Trump's mouth at some point. That's how powerful he is. I mean, he's the only guy I know that could call Candace Owens and say basically her puss stinks, and she liked it. She's like, oh, I felt honored that my name came out of his mouth and he knew who I was. I'm like, he just said your pussy stinks. And it was okay. She was fine with it. And I'm just going, he's at that level right now that, whatever he says, people just want their names to come out of his mouth, good or bad. And so he's good at what he does, man. He's must-see TV. But what I want to say is, last year, Kat did the Club Shay interview, and he said Cedric stole his joke. And then more recently, I saw Joe Coy do a bit on Biggie, how Biggie is, when a Biggie song comes on, it still hits, and it's 30 years later. He goes, and nowadays you got these rappers that are basically mumbling. You don't even know what they're saying. He did the lifestyle song. The lifestyle. And he did it over and over again. And it was just a comparison of the Biggie song to that. Well, I saw a comedian out of St. Louis say Joe Coy stole my joke. And it was similar, very similar, but not the same, but it was similar. And this is why I say, joke stealing does happen in stand-up. Don't get it twisted, it does. Sampling has it. Mannerisms happen. You with somebody long enough, your mannerisms are going to be similar. But let's not always jump to conclusions that just because somebody has the same premise or punchline that they stole it. And I'm going to give you an example. And we're going to post it. So you guys can see for yourselves how you have the same punchline, but it's different. So Dave did, on the SNL monologue, he talked about Diddy. And Diddy had orgies. And somebody said, well, how did you hang out with everyone that went to Diddy parties, everyone that's allegedly involved in these orgies? But Dave, you've never been to an orgy, or you never had part in it. And Dave was like, I can only come to one conclusion. I'm ugly. I'm ugly as shit, That was a joke. So, God, they sound so bad when you do them on podcasts, when you're just reciting a joke. It does not sound as good live. So we're going to post Dave's bit about Diddy. So I did a joke. 2016 is when we recorded I Got My Associates. And in that particular special, I did a joke where I said, Catholic priests have the worst reputations. And I went up, I grew up, and I went to Catholic church, and I never got touched as a little boy. And then when I got older, I found out that the preacher was touching all the little boys and never messed with me once. And I was like, how ugly was I as a child that a pedophile didn't even want to touch me? So you can see, and we're going to show the bit, you can see how it's completely different premises, but the punchline is the same.
I went to Catholic church growing up and never got touched. Never did. And then when I got older, I found out the priest or the preacher, he was messing with all the little boys and never messed with me once. I was like, how unattractive was I as a little boy? That a goddamn Catholic pedophile priest didn't want to fuck with me.
And it's funny because when I saw Dave doing it and leading up to it, I was like, wait a minute. Wait. He about to say ugly. Comedians know, man. Good comedians can see a joke or a punchline coming, and the great jokes are the ones that you don't see coming at all. And I don't want people to take that out of context, like that wasn't a great joke. That was a great bit. But I saw it. I was like, ooh, he gonna say he's ugly. It's weird. We have a sixth sense about it. And What really gets us going is like when we don't see the punchline come, we're like, whoa, I didn't see that coming at all. And Dave's got hundreds of those moments. But in this particular one, I think 99% of the country didn't know where he was going with that. But I immediately was like, wait a minute. That's what I would say if I was doing that. And then, and let me tell you something. If you come see me live, and I know this sounds conceited, but I got a really good Diddy joke right now. Like, it's solid. It's pretty fucking good. So it's what I'm closing my show with it now. Is that good? So if you come to see me in Ontario this weekend or Tampa next week, or if you come see me in Cincinnati in my hometown, February 6th, still plugging my shows, you'll get to see it. So I just like, when I saw it, if you haven't seen Dave's monologue, please watch it. It's good. He's just good, man. He's just, he's the type of guy you want speaking at your wedding or your funeral. Well, you don't want him at your funeral because you're not going to see it, but at your wedding or getting an award, he just wants Chappelle speaking for you. Just because he's that guy. Kevin's similar to that too. Cat's similar to that. All the legends, bro. The guys, and it's funny, they're all my age, and I'm calling them legends, but I've seen Kevin speak at weddings. I've seen Cat speak numerous times just about people. I mean, just watch the Club Chase interview. Chappelle, and I'm talking about not doing stand-up, just talking. And there's something about those guys, man. They got it. They got it. Whatever that it is, they got it. So watch the Dave Chappelle SNL monologue and then watch my shit too.